ज्ञान धमाधव किशोरी की जय। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना, यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना। यमुना तीरा वनचारी, तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी, यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। गौर प्रेमानंदे। जय ओम विष्णुपाद ब्रह्मस्वरूपाय स्तोत्र His Divine Grace Abhaycharan Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद ब्रह्मस्वरूपाय स्तोत्र श्रीमद् भक्तिवेदांत सरस्वती महाराज की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ राधा कुंज श्याम कुंज गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय, मायापुर धाम की जय, गंगा माई की जय, यमुना माई की जय, सिमारान की जय, श्रीमद् भागवत पुराण की जय, समवेत भक्तों की जय। All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Hanifai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Gaur, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Canto 10, Chapter 60, Verse 39. Tvam Nyasta Danda Munibhi Gadita Anubhava. Tvam, you. Nyasta, who have renounced. Danda, the sannyasi staff. Munibi, by sages. Gadita, spoken of. Anubhava, whose prowess. Atma, the supreme soul. Atma, your own self. The who you away. Cha, also. Jagatam, of all the worlds. Iti, thus. Me, by me. Vritha, chosen. Asi, you have been. Hitva, rejecting. Bhavat, your. Bhav, Bhruva, from the eyebrows. Udirita, generated. Kala, of time. Vega, by the impulses. Dvasta, destroyed. Asisha, whose hopes. Abja, lotus born Lord Brahma. Bhava, Lord Shiva. Naka, of heaven. Pati, the masters. Kutha, what then of? Anye, others. This is long words. Tvamanyastadanda munigadita anubhavam त्वमन्यस्तदण्डा मुनिर्गदित अनुभावा आत्मा आत्मदश्च जगतम् इति मे वृतोऽसि आत्मा आत्मदश्च जगतम् इति मे वृतोऽसि हित्वा भवद्भ्रुवा उदितकालवेगाम् हित्वा भवद्भ्रुवा उदितकालवेगाम् द्वाष्टा शिशोक्षभावनकपतिं कुतो अन्ये त्वं न्यस्तादण्डमुनिभिर्गदित अनुभावा आत्मा आत्मादश्च जगतम् इति मे वृतोऽसि हित्वा भवद्भ्रुवा उद्रिक्तकालवेगाम् द्वास्थाशिरोचा भव न कपतिं कुतो अन्ये. To try? Yeah. त्वं न्यस्तादण्डमुनिभिर्गदित अनुभावा आत्मात्मादाश्च जगतामिति मे वृतोऽसि हित्वा भावद्भ्रुव उदीरितकालवेगाम् द्वाअस्तशीशो बीजभावनखपतिं कुतो अन्ये. Translation. That great sages who have renounced, knowing that the great sages who have renounced the sannyasis danda proclaim your glories, that you are the supreme soul of all the worlds, and that you are so gracious that you give away even your own self. I choose you as my husband, rejecting Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the rulers of heaven, whose aspirations are all frustrated by the force of time, which is born from your eyebrows. What interest then could I have in any other suitors? So, this particular verse, Rukmini is addressing Lord Krishna. After Krishna is teasing Rukmini and trying to pacify her, and now Rukmini is responding. Yeah. This is Queen Rukmini's refutation to Lord Krishna's statement in text 16. There the Lord said, Bhakshubish Lagithamuda, I am glorified by beggars. But Queen Rukmini points out that those so called beggars are actually staged in the Paramhasa stage of life, sannyasis, who have reached the highest level of spiritual advancement and thus given up the sannyasi rod. Lord Krishna also made two specific accusations against his wife in text 16. He said, Vaidharbi tat avignaya, my dear Vaidharbi, you are not aware of the situation, and tvadyadidha samikshaya, because you lack foresight. In the present verse, Rukmini's statement, Iti me vratto asi, indicates, I choose you as my husband because you possess the above mentioned qualities. It was not a blind choice at all. Rukmini further mentions that she passed over lesser persons like Brahma, Shiva, and the rulers of heaven because she saw that even though, materially speaking, they are great personalities, they are frustrated by the powerful waves of time which emanate from the eyebrows of Lord Krishna. Therefore, from far lacking foresight, Rukmini chose Lord Krishna after an exhaustive appraisal of the entire cosmic situation. Thus, she lovingly rebukes her husband here. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti interprets Rukmini's mood as follows: My dear husband, your accusation that I lack foresight indicates that you did not know of my deep insight into the situation. Actually, I chose you because I knew of your true glories. Hare Krishna. ज्ञानञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्तमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवं श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथन्वितं सजीवं साद्वैतं सवधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदा सहगनललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपति गोपीश गोपिकांता राधाकांता नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वानुसुदेवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुवेव च पतितानां पवनेभ्यो वैष्णवभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So this is Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 39, where Rukmini is responding to Lord Krishna. Krishna is giving different. We read from these verses that uh, Rukmini was serving Krishna along with the maid servants, she was fanning Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna started to make a joke with Rukmini, and the description of the palace of Rukmini was explained. The palace was very beautiful. It was glowing with lights, a nice fragrance of flowers, and the birds chirping. It was a very nice, conducive atmosphere. Jewels, pearls, so very beautiful. And then the description of Lord Rukmini was explained. She was so beautiful. Then Lord Krishna teases that you, why did you accept me uh, as your husband? There were many other competitors, many heroes, the son of Shedish, and then any many other. They were attracted by your Cupid, this beauty, but still you choose me as your husband, whereas I'm a pauper wandering. A pauper choose me. Those who have no, and so Rukmini gets very disturbed, and she falls unconscious, tears in her eyes. So this is a beautiful we read about the Supreme Personal Godhead, the Supreme controls, who creates, maintains, and devotes the universe simply as his play took birth among the Yadus. Rukmini's quarters were extremely beautiful, boasting a canopy hung with brilliant strings of pearls, effulgent serving as lamps, garlands of jasmine, and other flowers hung here and there. So this different jewels, lamps, garland, jasmine flowers hanging here, attracting swarming of humming bees in the spotless rays of the moonshine. When I describe this, recently we had the opening of Naperville Temple, and there were very nice chandeliers, and it's very beautiful project. We saw all the devotees, a lot of devotees had come, and the yajna was going on. Atmosphere is very favorable, so we can just have a glimpse of on this earthly planet. Prabhupada says these temples are Vaikunta, so we can imagine the quarters of Rukmini. They were very beautiful, boasting canopy hung, brilliant strings of pearls, jewels, lamps, garlands of jasmine flowers hung here and there, attracting swarms of humming bees, and spotless ray of the moon shone through the holes of the lattice windows and agrew the window holes. The breeze scent of the parijat flowers, and so Kyun served her husband, Supreme Lord of all the worlds, as reclined upon an opulent pillow on her bed, which was soft as white as a foam of a milk. So this the explanation of Rukmini's palace. So opulent, very nice atmosphere was created. Srila Prabhupada also says in a temple, when people come to see the temple, then they also become attracted seeing the deities very well opulent dressed. The incense, flowers. Excuse. So in this way, they also become devotees by the fragrance of the flowers and beautiful attraction. And then next verse it goes, her body was decorated with the different ornaments, bangles. She had a chamara fan which had uh, she was standing and jeweled ankle bells tinkled. Her necklace glittered. Kumkum covered by the end. On her, she was sport priceless bed. The goddess of fortune herself, Krishna smiled. So these two things, very nice opulent palace, and the description of Rukmini. We can see the deities also very nice in ISKCON, especially we have deities very nice, very looks very attractive with the belt, with the hand bracelets, and flute holding, and earrings, and necklace. There are beads and jewel. Prabhupada said we don't use gold because it will attract you. It's very nicely and with flowers. It looks very beautiful. Similarly, Rukmini was very her whole this description is given here. Her rings, bangles, chamar pen, Rukmini standing jeweled. So we can have this glimpse in India also, when, especially when there's a marriage function. The women wear golds, diamonds, like very, very, very nice lesson. If you go to a marriage ceremony, it's beautiful. So that's little glimpse of the Vedic culture like that. But as time is, everything is diminishing, Kali Yuga is progressing. So the goddess of fortune, who desires only him, Lord Krishna smiled. Lord assumes forms to enact his power. He was pleased that the form of goddess fortune had assumed was just suitable to serve as his consort. Her charming face was adorned with curling hair, earrings, and locket on her neck, and a nectar on her bright, happy smile. The Lord spoke as follows. Uh, Hare Krishna. Yeah. Yeah, we used to see a lot of devotees with dhoti, kurta, and like that. A lot of doing kirtan together. Oh, nice atmosphere. Uh, and so we can have this like looking is how she was very nicely dressed, the ornaments. So generally, woman likes ornament and nice clothes, saris like that. She becomes happy like that. Still Prabhupada says, I contemplated the goddess fortune. If you want to please a woman, then that wife like. So this is the thing. Um, he contemplated as the goddess of fortune, desired only him. Lord Krishna smiled. The Lord assumed various forms to enact his pastimes. He was pleased that the form goddess fortune had assumed was just suitable for her to serve his consort. So the only desire of Rukmini was to have Lord Krishna as husband. So where Lord Krishna performs this wonderful pastime, and to please the goddess fortune, uh, his charming was Rukmini also was charming with curling hairs, earrings, locket on her neck, nectar, happy smile. Then Lord Krishna is speaking further. My dear princess, you were sought of many kings as powerful as the rulers of planets. They were all abundant with political influence, wealth, beauty, generosity, and physical strength. Krishna is saying that many nice suitors were there, many nice, very uh, kings they were very powerful, but you choose me as your husband. They were very wealthy, beautiful, generous physical strength. They were physically also strong, but still you choose me as your husband. So this different explanation how Lord Krishna, Rukmini was serving Lord Krishna, and the description of the palace, so very beautiful, very opulent, and then the description of Rukmini, how she had dressed herself very beautiful ornaments, jewels, and she was looking very beautiful, very curling hairs and earrings. Then the Lord Krishna is saying that there were many others who were wanted you as your husband, but you choose me. They were very politically strong. They had influence, wealth, beauty, generosity, and physical strength. Generally marriage, when there is a husband and husband is qualified, then nice, and even the woman, her wife, then they make a good combination like that. So similarly like this, Lord Krishna is making fun of her. Supreme Lord said, my dear princess, you were sort of many kings. They were all abandoned, and since your father and brother, so Rukmi's father and brother, they did not wanted, so they wanted Rukmini to marry to Shishupal. He says, why did you reject the king of Chedi, all the others who stood before you maddened by Cupid? Why instead did you choose us who are not at all your equal? Terrified of this, O lovely bride, we took shelter of the ocean. We have become enemies of powerful men. We practically abandoned our royal home. So Lord Krishna is making fun of Rukmini. He is giving the analogy. He says this example of they were very nice qualified people. Why did you choose me? I went took shelter of the ocean, and Jasandha tried to attack me, and we have become enemies of many powerful men. And even I abandoned the royal throne. Oh, fine browed lady human are usually destined to suffer when they stay men whose view is uncertain, who pursue a path not approved by society. So he says this. We have Lord Krishna is addressing Rukmini that women are generally to be suffer when men whose behavior is uncertain, who pursue a path not approved by society. So we can see the situation of present the children. They don't children are misbehaved and they have bad association, and we can say they don't care of the parents, and parents are put in old house like that, and they have to suffer like that. This is the present situation. We have no material positions, so this is why it happens, because he says women are usually destined to suffer when they stay with men whose behavior is uncertain, who pursue a path not approved by society. So both, it's both dependent, huh? Both should be just like that. We have no material possessions. We are dear to those who similar nothing. Therefore, slender one, the wealthy hardly ever worship. He says, we have no, Lord Krishna is saying, we have no material possessions and we are dear to those who are similar of nothing. So, the one who doesn't possess, Lord Krishna. Generally, when our mind is actually is like a car, car's engine runs very fast. So it runs faster than the our mind also is similar like that. It can take away just any sense objects, can take our mind away from Krishna conscious. But Krishna consciously, Krishna says Savamena Krishna Padarvinder. You have to bring back to Krishna. So the example of the car's engine is working faster. So like the similar mind is also running faster. Little this gone. Little sense objects in gone. Krishna. We forget Krishna. Actually, Krishna, it should say is one the verse Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo. I offer up my obeisances to Lord Sri Krishna. We are on the 10th canto. I'm just reciting the verses of first canto, first one. Om Namo, because He is the absolute truth and He is the source of everything. Janmadi asyata navet itaratashyati. So Vigna Surat. Lord Krishna is the absolute truth because He is the creator, mentally, and annihilation of this. Janmadi asyato anavet itaratashyati. So Abhigna Surat. Tene Brahma Hridaya Kave. This knowledge was given to Brahma. Lord Krishna revealed this knowledge. Same way, this knowledge, Lord Krishna comes as super soul within our heart, and He, excuse me, as a spiritual master, He comes externally. Through the scriptures, Lord Krishna comes. Lord Krishna comes as super soul. What we desire, we get it like that. What we look for, we get it. Want Krishna, we can get Krishna. So yeah, so Krishna, yes, if we have no material, we are dear to those who seem nothing. Therefore, O slender one, wealthy hardly ever worship me. Marriage and friendship are popular between two people, equal in terms, wealth, birth, influence, physical appearance, and capacity for good progeny, but never between a superior and inferior. The like it says, like a Brahmana can marry a king. Yeah, Brahmana, but Brahmani cannot a king cannot marry a Brahmani like that. So like similar like that, Kshatriya, like that. Vaishya, and like that. And that's like different four varnas and four ashramas like that. This is marriage, and so it's very important that marriage, that astrology is seen between the both husband and wife, whether they will last long or what. Generally, present situation is, Prabhu says in Chicago, like they newspaper, like that there's about a woman, she married after marriage, after 3 weeks again she married another husband like that within 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So so naturally, when it says marriage and friendship are proper between two people who are equal in terms of the wealth, birth, influence, physical appearance, capacity for good progeny, but never between superior and inferior. Times have changed, but according to Vedic traditions, it's like that. According to so it has nice progeny, nice responsibility. Family life is like that. The different ashramas are there. Brahmacharis means like celibate life. They don't have interact with other opposite this. Sannyasis, they travel around, they preach, they deliver the householders because they're ignorant of self-realization. So they are very compassionate to the householders to bring them to Krishna consciousness. That's the duty of sannyasi. And the grahastha, he has to take care of his household, and but his main object should be to become Krishna consciousness. Krishna should be the centers. So marriage, and so there is Grah Medi, who's just marriage and friendship are proper between two people with equal terms of wealth, birth, influence, physical appearance, capacity for growth, but never between superior and inferior. O Vaidarbi, not being far-sighted, you do not realize this, and therefore you choose us your husband, even though we have no good qualities and are glorified by deluded beggars. Lord Krishna is addressing Rukmini by the name Vaidarbi, because she is from Vidarbha, so the name was Vaidarbi. You had not that vision, you did not realize, and just you choose me as your husband, even though we have no good qualities. So Lord Krishna is teasing Rukmini in different ways like that. So any qualified people, then marriage should be in proper, not superior, inferior. And he was paupers worship him. Now you should definitely definitely accept a more suitable husband, a first class man of the royal order who can help you achieve everything you want, both in this life and next. Yes, you should accept more suitable husband, a first class man of the royal order who can help you. So this is a religious marriage is a religious. It's also one religious. It's marriage. It's the duty of husband to take care of the wife, and wife also should be just the husband. And this have a nice family, lead a happy life like that. Yeah, Krishna is also saying here. Now you should definitely accept more suitable first class man of the royal order who can help you achieve everything you want both in this life and the next. Kings like Shishupal, Salva, Jasan, and Antarka all hate me. Oh, beautiful tide one. So does your elder brother Rukmi. It was to dispel the arrogance of these kings I had carried you, my good men, for they were blinded by the intoxication of power. My purpose was to curb the strength of the wicked. So why Lord Krishna then he says because to curb the arrogance of this king he kidnapped Rukmini because they were intoxicated by power and my strength to curb the centurion. We care nothing for wife, children, wealth, always satisfied within ourselves. We do not work for body and home, but like it light we merely witness. Here is Krishna is saying we care nothing for wives, children, wealth, always satisfied within ourselves. The self, like that actually. Self, there's self gratification and self. What is our real self is to please Krishna. That's self realization. Human life is meant for self realization. But that self, it's only because if not that by speculation or by brain intelligence we can know the Lord. It's only by the mercy of the Lord we can understand Lord Krishna. We can know the self like that. So we need the mercy of Lord and the very exalted personalities saying things in spiritual life. That's very important in life. So Rukmini thought herself especially beloved by the Lord because he never left her company. By saying these things to her, he vanquished her pride and then stopped speaking. Goddess Rukmini had never before heard such unpleasantly from her beloved of Lord of Universe rulers, and she became frightened. A tremor rose in her heart. In terrible anxiety, she began to cry. So this was she was expressing transcendental mellows here. She hearing from Rukmini, hearing from Krishna, the universe. She became frightened, tremor rose, and terribly anxious, she began to cry. With her tender foot, effulgent with the reddish glow of her nails, she scratched the ground, and tears darkened by her eye make up sprinkled her kumkum reddened breast. Then she stood face downward, choked up extreme sorrow. Rukmini's mind was overwhelmed with unhappiness, fear, and grief. Her bangles slipped from her hand, and the fan fell to the ground. To her inner being, she suddenly fainted, her hair scattering all about. Her body fell into the ground like a plantain tree blown over by the wind. So she was her bangles were scattered. She was in very grief, and charmer fell on her hand. saying that her beloved was so bound to him in love. She could not understand the full meaning of his teasing merciful Lord Krishna felt compassion for her. So this is the situation of Rukmini, then when a wife is attached to her husband, when wife is totally ready to her husband. So this is the situation of a woman generally. Also, when she becomes very this she uh, she completely breaks up. She cries tears like that. She breaks her bangles like that. Her necklace. Like she's very similarly in the situation. Rukmini also she became like that. The Lord quickly took down from her bed, manifesting four arms. He picked her, gathered her hair, and caressed her face with his lotus hand. Actually, it's like that. It's yeah, the woman is very attached to her husband. She's very the situation of Mana like that when generally like that we've seen like that also. Lord quickly got down from the bed, managed the forearms. He picked her up, gathered her hair, and kissed her face with his lotus hand. So Lord Krishna tried to console Rukmini. Wiping her tears filled over eyes and breath, which was stained by tears grief, the Supreme Lord, the goal of his devotee, embraced his chaste wife, who desired nothing but him. O King, wiping her tears filled eyes in her breast which was stained by tears of grief. The Supreme Lord, the goal of all his devotees, embraced his chaste wife, who desired nothing but him. O King, expert in the art of pacification, Sri Krishna tenderly consoled Rukmini pitiable, whose mind was bewildered by her clever joking, who did not deserve to suffer so. So Krishna was she was always 24/7 Krishna. Her only mind was in Krishna. Then Lord Krishna tried to console her. Then the Supreme Lord said, "O Vaidarbi, do not be displeased with me. Do not be displeased with me. I know that you are fully devoted to me. I only spoke in jest, dear lady, because I wanted to hear what you would say. I just also wanted to see your face and lips trembling in loving anger, the reddish corners of your eyes throwing sidelong glances, and the line of your beautiful eyebrows knit in a frown." Lord Krishna is expressing Rukmini that he wanted to see her lips trembling in loving anger, her reddish corners of eyes throwing glances, and beautiful eyebrows. The greatest pleasure worldly householders can enjoy at home is to spend time joking with their beloved wives. My dear timid and temperamental one. Sukdev Goswami said, O King, O King, O Kyun, whether he was fully pacified by the Supreme Person Godhead, and thus that his words had been spoken just, that she gave up her fear. So Lord, she understood that Krishna had just spoken this. She became very satisfied by Krishna's word. Smilingly beautiful, Ikasha glanced upon the face of the Lord, the best of men. Rukmini spoke the following, O descendant of Bharata. So Rukmini said, actually, what you have said is true. Now Rukmini is responding to Lord Krishna's teasing. She says, you have said, actually what you said is true. O lotus eye one, I'm indeed unsuitable for the Almighty Personal Godhead. What comparison is there between the Supreme Lord, who is master of the three primal deities, and who delights in his own glory, and myself, a woman of mundane qualities, whose feet are grasped by fools? She's condemning herself like that. She's first saying, whatever you said is true. She is saying, Lord Krishna, you are a lotus eye. I'm unsuitable for Almighty Lord. What comparison between the Supreme Lord, who is master of the three primal deities, and who delights in his own glory, and myself, a woman of mundane qualities, whose feet are blessed by fools? Mundane qualities, yeah. So they are fools. So even we have to choose a nice. Uh, but Rukmini is addressing herself very low. Yeah, no qualities. Yes, my lord Urukrama, you lay down within the ocean as if afraid of the material modes. Thus, in pure consciousness, you appear within heart as the super soul. So Lord Krishna lay down in the ocean, but he appears as the super soul in the heart. So Krishna is so kind. In all species of life, the Lord is there. So as super soul, he is coming. You are always battling against the foolish material senses, and indeed, even your servants reject the privilege of royaldom, which leads to blindness of ignorance. You appear within the heart of the super soul. You are always battling against the foolish material senses, and even your servants reject the privilege of royal dominance. Even the servants reject the privilege of dominance, which leads to blindness of ignorance. Says even your servants reject the privilege of royal dominion, which leads to the blindness of ignorance. So devotee's wealth is only Krishna. Yes. This nice song, Vaishnav Krishna se tuma, Krishna dete paru, Amito Kangal dahe pauche pache. Yes, that's a highly stage of Krishna consciousness. Nothing else. Only Krishna is my Lord. Only I want Krishna, nothing else. I'm just, I have nothing to possess. I just like that. Similarly, here it says, Rukmini is saying, you are always battling in foolish material senses. Even your servants reject the privilege of royal dominion, which leads to blindness of ignorance. Which leads to blindness of ignorance. Yeah, suppose we have say we have now today $100. I'll make $200,000, then $300,000, $500,000. His whole life goes, and in moment his life is gone. Then everything is gone. 100,000, 500,000, million, billion, trillion, and gone. Life. But here it says, you, if you want Krishna, they reject all this and they just want Krishna only. Rukmini is saying, your movements incur even for sages who relish the honey and your lotus feet are certainly income for human beings. Your movements incur even for sages who relish the honey of your lotus feet. Your movements, including even for the sage who relish honey, are certainly incomparable for human who behave like animals. Your movements inscrutable even for sages who relish the honey of your lotus feet, are certainly incomparable for human beings who behave like animals. As your activities are transcendental, O all powerful Lord, so to those who are your followers, you possess nothing because there is nothing beyond you. Even the great enjoyers of tribute, Brahma and other demigods, pay tribute to you. Those who are blinded by their wealth and absorbed in gratifying senses do not recognize you in the form of death. But the gods enjoys of tribute, you are the most dear as they you are you. So he says you possess nothing because there is nothing beyond you. Because Krishna is the Adi Purush, his origin. There was no one. Lord Krishna. Then how can if Krishna uh, was Krishna suppose was within the time, then how he could even Brahma had to create this universe. Before Brahma, there was no only Krishna. That's only Krishna is the source of everything. Is absolute source of everything. The Dhimai that says Param Dhimai, Krishna is eternally situated in his transcendental abode. The devotees meditate on Lord Sri Krishna, the Shyam Sundar form of Krishna, the blackish form of Krishna. That's what we all have to desire. The Shyam Sundar, the blackish form of Lord Krishna. Very beautiful. That's what all the scriptures, the essence is that we should meditate on Krishna. This cloudish color, blackish color. It's very beautiful. Shyam Sundar, Radha Shyam Sundar. Radha Shyam Sundar. This is Rukmini's incarnation with Lord Krishna. There's also Jaya Rukmini Dwarkadish, Jaya Rukmini Dwarkadish, Rukmini Dwarkadish. It's a beautiful temple in Assam of Rukmini Dwarkadish. There are few temples in India, and like in Maharashtra and Gujarat. That is a very ancient temple. But in ISKCON, we have a temple. That's only one Rukmini Dwarkadish in Assam. It's on a hill, and it's a very beautiful. The dress, we see the dress, very thin, white like dress. Rukmini looks very beautiful. This deities. It's in Assam, in the center of. It's next to the station only when you get down in Assam city. Few miles at 4 5 miles. It's on the top mountain like. It's a beautiful temple. It's northeast like that. You possess nothing, there is nothing beyond you. Even the great enjoys, Brahma and other demigods pay their tribute. Those who are blinded with their wealth and absorbed in gratifying senses do not recognize in your form of death, but the gods, the enjoys of fruit. You are the most dear as they are you. So those who are blinded by wealth and absorbed in gratifying the senses do not recognize you in the form of death. Krishna says, Mrityu Harasa, I come in the form of death and take away. So Mrityu also is Krishna, time is also Krishna. You see Krishna. Now this verse, you are the embodiment of human goals, yourself the final aim of life, designed to attain you, all powerful, intelligent person, abandon everything else. She says, you are the embodiment of all human goals and are yourself the final aim of life. So this is you are the embodiment of all human goals. You are the embodiment and are yourself the final aim of life. Krishna is the final. Desiring to attain you, O all powerful Lord, intelligent person abandon everything else. He says, intelligent person abandon everything else. It is they who are worthy of your association, not men and women, absorbed in the pleasure and grief resulting for their mutual lust. Hare Krishna. Condemned here. Sense gratification. Yeah. She has Rukmini is saying, you are the embodiment of all human goals, and you yourself, the finally, Krishna is the goal of life. Desiring to attain you, O all powerful Lord, intelligent person, abandon everything else. It is they who are worthy of your association, not men and women, absorbed in the pleasure and grief resulting from their mutual lust, not between men and women, attraction to between man and woman like that. That's not actually good sign. It says you have to be attracted to Krishna. Krishna should be the goal of life. So that person is called intelligent. Knowing that great sages who have renounced the sannyasis danda proclaim your glories. Now it's about this verse, today's verse. Rukmini is saying, knowing that great sages who have renounced the sannyasa proclaim your glories. So there are different stages of sannyasa, parivicharya, kuticha, and then there's four stages, and that's Paramhamsa stage. That's Paramhamsa that in this stage they give up their danda. They like that's a nice pastime of Nityanand Prabhu. Lord Chaitanya Prabhu was had his danda stick and he was going towards Vrindavan. Then Lord Nityanand diverted him to go to Mother Sachi. See, Mother Sachi is because she was lamenting because he took Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas. Then Nityanand Prabhu broke the danda of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu like that. That's a nice, wonderful danda. So here he says, knowing the great sages who renounce sannyasis and proclaim your glories, and you are the supreme soul of all the worlds, and you are so gracious that you've given up your own self. Grace, you give up your own self. I choose you as my husband, rejecting Lord Brahma, Shiva, and rulers heaven, who has been all frustrated by the force of time, which is born from your eyebrows. What interest then could I have in any other suitors? Where- So, yeah. So Srimad Bhagavatam also says, that's another verse, first verse was Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadhyasya Tanavid Itaratasharti Abhignasarat Dini Brahma Hridayadikave Tejovari Midam Tejovari Midam. Because generally, Tejovari, whatever we see, it's relative truth. Relative truth means we become bewildered by the external glitter of this world, which is made of bricks, water, and fire. So we can see the whole city now is filled up with this everywhere. Generally, people become bewildered. That's the relative truth, actually. Tejo varimritam yathi maya. Tejo varimritam yatham vinimaya. Like generally, when we go, we drive, whatever, we have to give respect to a government officer, ordinary person. But what it is actually, it's made of tejo vari, fire, water, in this five elements, 24 elements total: earth, water, fire, ether, mind, intelligence, ego, gross body, and subtle body, and all the liquid beauty. But actually, it's matter. Actually, the we have to offer tejo vari mridam yathamaya vinima yatrati sarva amrusha dhamna svena satat nirattam. We have to offer obeisance to Lord Krishna, not to matter. But generally, in this material world, they offer obeisance to the skyscraper. They worship this material product, relative truth. They don't offer obeisance to the Lord. Uh, in other words, you have to offer obeisance to the Lord. Also, people stand in queue to offer obeisance to a statue. Like in Britain, that's a statue. They people go there, stand in queue. but they don't come to the temple and offer obeisance to the Lord. In Brahma Hridaya. To offer it to a dead person also like that. But they don't offer. Krishna comes in the form as transcendental spiritual form. So one should offer his. So namo. Dharmo athanishya srutais. Dharmo athanishya srutais. Yeah. Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated. Those who are pure in heart can they understand Srimad Bhagavatam. It's an ripened fruit. Nigama kalpataru palitapalam. Sukhamukha. It emanated from the lotus feet of mouth of Sukadeva Goswami, and it became more fruitful. Like the mango is more fruitful, but when it's touched by a parrot, it becomes more sweet. Similarly, the Srimad Bhagavatam is given by Sukadeva Goswami and Vyasadeva, and this comes from the disciplic succession. It's very ripe and beautiful. One should absorb this in Srimad Bhagavatam, this transcendental realization of this. So, to understand the glories of the Lord, to understand Krishna. Yes. So, here we go now. Krishna. One has to Srimad Bhagavatam. So, everything is declining in this age at Kali Yuga. It says Tatas Janodinam. Duration of life, memory, bodily strength, everything is going down, 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 down. Here, all good qualities are winning. There, people will have no mercy. If somebody is attacked, being killed, nobody take care. He goes in his own way. There is no mercy. Animals, there is no mercy. Even one child they are killing. How degraded. What to speak of there? No mercy for the animals. All right, you are not so advanced, but the mother's mercy to the child will be diminished. Even the mother will kill her child. This is foretelling. This is Trikal Jana. Who expected that mother will kill the child? But Vyasdev 5,000 years ago said. So this was already predicted in Srimad Bhagavatam 5,000 years back. You can see Ayu. So this mercy will decline. People are being killed all over. We can see Ayu. Yeah, there's a lot of crime going on around all now in the cities also. In the city also, to go to the city, if you go city and come back also, it's risky. It says no. Uh, all police vans raining there. So it's some situation like so. Mercy also is going down. People no care, nothing. Ayu, duration of life, the maximum duration of life. Not only that, now they're knocking house door also. They're breaking the glasses of cars and trying to steal property. So it's happening. We are hearing now. It's going on around. Uh, duration life, maximum duration of life in Kali Yuga is 100 years. But who is living 100 years? It is being reduced. If a man would live 20 years, he's an old man. It will come to that stage. Now it is reducing from 100 years to 20 years. From 100 years to 19 years to 80 years. So if one lives a long life, also that also is decreasing. We saw this pandemic; people are dying so fast like that. 70, 70 then 60, then in this way 50. If a man lives from 20 to 30, he will be considered grand old. These are the symptoms. And bodily strength. India, in our childhood, I've seen that when British rule was there, all the Europeans were very strong, stout, and strong. Now such Europe is not coming. Even bodily strength also, mercy, duration of life, bodily strength, especially Americans, Europeans, they were all strong like that. And memory, it will reduce. So tatas janadinam. Kalin and all these items, there are 8 items, it will be reducing so much. What is that? They say that men are living longer now compared to devotees asking question. They say that men are living. The scientists they say there is less disease. They say that 100 years ago people had more disease. Now they are live longer. Prabhu says we do not say that. We have seen in our child that my grandmother she died at the age of 96. There was no disease. So there's now increase of hospitals and there are disease also increasing. People get what sort of disease now? So there is less. Prabhupada is saying everyone is suffering from different very high disease like that. They are building more hospitals. They are increasing number of hospitals. There is no. They say the child has more chance of living. What is, they all say, I repeatedly, Pagle, Prabhu says, Pagale ki na hole chak. Ki na. A madman, what does he not say? A goat, what does he not eat? Says a madman, what does he not say? And a goat, what does he not eat? So they are all madmen. They can say all everything. Hare Krishna. So this is a situation. People will say many things. Give example. If you say this philosophy, memory is becoming less, bodily strength is becoming less, duration of life is becoming less. They will say no, no. Science has progressed. People are now getting more, living more longer life. But according to scriptures, whereas they were already predicted this, losing all qualities, memory, and explaining other. There are also transbelievers are increasing life. The devotee is saying, whatever they do, things will happen. This is fact. Can they increase the duration of life? People, can they make scientists discovery? They know man will die less than 100 years. So that's why Prabhupada says get up early in the morning. It's good for health also. Actually, in the before devotees in new bhakta also, generally new bhakta had to follow the principles. Like when here he should chant in the temple, chant rounds, then he's qualified to take initiation after years. If you have a new bhakta and you will do independently, then what will do? Right? In the beginning, only you will be independent, like that. We have to see that whether he is chanting along with devotees. That's the first thing. Then he's accepted. Then he's get diksha. Then he has to clean the temple, like that. But now nobody's joining. Also, that's also a different. But it was like that. Qualities. Hare Krishna. The system in ISKCON was like that, because when we chant along with devotees, we know whether it's chanting. If you're chanting somewhere all alone, actually the mind is already said it's like a machine. Machine works faster than the car, like that. Tuck, 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 tuck. The mind is all of a sudden goes like that. All of a sudden senses to the sense. Sense obviously goes like that. Then discovery, there is a is there any discovery? There is pill. You go on taking. If you will not die before 100 years. Is there any discovery? What is the use of talking nonsense? They are reducing their life. That's a fact. So mercy is concerned. We see how much it is reduced. The mother is killing child. Where is mercy now? They may say like madman. What is happening? Vritam kalom. Money is the criterion, not family. Hare Krishna. वित्तम् एव खलो निर्णम् जन्मचारा गुणोदया dharma अन्यायवस्थ्यम karanam balam evahi. Yeah, if you want to buy a dhoti also now it's 2000 rupees. So what he says, so vittam money is the criterion, not family. Formerly there were family, respective family, aristocratic family, brahmana family, kshatriya family. He says now at present, money is the criterion, not family. This is what we are seeing now actually. Family life is breaking up, family, everybody has to work to manage it like that. Money is the criterion, not family. Formerly there were family, respectable family, aristocratic family, Brahman family, Kshatriya family, all things are gone now. So we can see now they check in, if you go to an uh, store also very nice. I don't know, all sort of unwanted things are done. They are also they check them like that. They were checking in airport. Now they are checking over there also like that. Situation is going so down like that. Means everywhere they have to check. There's no. So, there's money is the criterion, not family. They are using the money for misusing online. Formerly, there were family, respective family, aristocratic family, Brahmana family, Kshatriya family. All things are gone. If you accumulate some money somewhere or other, then you are respectable. Never mind what you are. That is Kali Yuga. Yeah, in Kali Yuga, if you want to make a lot of money, then you cannot honestly do that. That's Kali Yuga. Their position in society. If you want to be a respected man, you somehow other get the money. Never mind how we have gathered. What is the method? It does not matter. Get some money, you become respectable. Vitam evahi. Vitam eva kalaninam janmachara gunodaya. Janma. First of all, Janma, the family heredity was taken into consideration, but that is now forgotten. Get money. British Empire policy was that you bring money from outside and deposit in government treasury and you become lord. Bring money. So that was You go to foreign country, some other accumulate money, just like Lord Clive. He was a street boy, but he made some policy in this way. Diplomacy entered into Bengal and got some money. And Lord Clive became Lord Clive. So money is a criterion. Some other bring money, that's all. That's a fact. These are the symptoms. Just try to understand. Yeah, money will come, whatever is there in the sin. Somebody may be very wealthy now, after some time he may not. Somebody may become wealthy after some time, like that. Money is the, but it's, but here instead, at present, somehow they bring money. Hook or crook bring money. Yeah, then that's the position. But previous there was like qualified family, means brahmana, kshatriya, like that. They were given respect. But now person who possesses money is given respect. If you have money, then you're aristocratic. Then whatever you do, that's all right. Janma then. Guna, you are most qualified man. You must be a drunkard. Hare Krishna. You may be a very low class hunter, whatever you may be, but because you have money, you are qualified. Hare Krishna. Janmasha. Dharma anya vyavasara karanam phalame. If you want justice, yeah, if you want justice, you can get it according to your desire. Justice. If you got money, that's. If you bribe the courtman, even to the judge or magistrates, you get justice. This is going on. So yeah, if you need justice, also you need money. If you get a ticket, then you get a big money. Like you have to pay that. It was paper $30, then $50. Now it's $100. Now $200. Hare Krishna. Oh my God. Abhiruchir. Formerly, marriage was a religious ceremony. Marriage was this boy and this girl should be married. It is a religious function where the father and mother will see their horoscope and see if they are compatible, they will agree. They will live peacefully. So many things are there. Still, in India, such things are calculated by the parent of the boy and girl. Now, in this Kali Yuga, you see Dampatye. Abhiruchi means the boy and the girl, if he likes, if he says that's all, no other calculation. Yeah. So boy will like the girl and girl will like, then no other can. Then after 3 days of marriage, they will divorce. Because Abhiruchi, I like, I don't like. I like if they this don't like, finish. In Chicago newspaper I saw one girl was 3 weeks, she divorced two husbands. Yes, I saw in the news. Formerly the father and mother used to see that his boys and girls is going to be married. So by horoscope, by other circumstances, by family culture, by education, so many things, whether they will live peacefully. That was the understanding. So they will live peacefully. So all this calculation was there. Husband, wife means a man requires woman, woman requires a man. They should be combined in such a way they can live peacefully. If there is no disturbance of mind, then they can further progress in spiritual life. So in family life there is disturbance, then how can one do the spiritual life? It says if there is no disturbance of mind, then they can make progress in spiritual life. Therefore, marriage is also necessary and there must be properly done. Now there is no such kind. Boys and girls are free. If one likes other, dampatya is marriage. Then afterwards there's no taste, no ruchi. Ahamayavaya. In order dealing, that is cheating in Kali Yuga. Ordinarily, even when gentleman, so-called gentleman talking, he's trying to cheat. He's trying to cheat him by talking. And orderly, to talk with gentlemen, it is ordinary thing. But still, there will be so many untruthfulness. Yeah, a person will say all sort of rubbish things. He'll cheat like that. Sri Vipam says, a woman is nice, man is nice. That should be considered that sense gratification. Um, and there is Brahmana. What is the proof? He's a Brahmana. He has got a sacred thread. That's all. Or thread. He may not be scared. So these are the symptoms of Kali Yuga. Purchase from the market. So at least we try to give a sacred thread by selling. But anyone can purchase a thread from the market, 2 paisa worth 1 cent, and become a Brahmana. You are a Brahmana. Yes, you see my sacred thread. What you are doing, never mind. He says, what you are doing, never mind. Nobody is concerned. He's a Brahmana, he's following the principles of Brahmana, whatever ashram is it. Don't be such Brahmanas, at least never can. You must follow the rules and regulation. Don't show that I am now doubly initiate sacred, but don't cheat it vipratesh. Says, don't cheat. Follow the lingam eva. These are ashrama, brahmachari, sannyasagas. They have got different dresses. So Kali Yuga simply by dress becomes a brahmachari, he becomes a grahastha, he becomes a sannyasi, simply by dress. What is acting? Nobody cares. That's all. So some brahmachari, sannyasi, grahastha. So that's simple like that. Brahmachari is a celibate life. There's no connection in this. Sannyasi means he's a preacher. He's delivering, he's approaching the householders, giving them Krishna consciousness. And Grasta, he's doing his duty according to got different. Kali Yuga simply dress, he becomes a brahmachari, he becomes a grasta, he becomes a sannyasi, simply by dress. What he is acting, nobody cares, that's all. Lingam eva. Like this, the dress of a sannyasi, this is the dress of a grasta, like danda. Danda is the symptom, that is a sannyasi. So danda, this verse was there, so that was the quote, like sannyasi, when you see sannyasi is with the danda. Langam avashta khati anupagana. Maya. In before there were a lot of sannyasis. You've seen Mayapur, especially. They were all sticks, and all sticks were standing in the front. Sannyasis and other devotees were standing back. If you go in Mayapur, you may have experience like that. But not according to circumstance now, no time. Pandit Champalava. If you can speak very vehemently any subject matter, people may not understand. Then he will be say learned person. Oh, I could not spoke. He spoke very nicely. That's Chapala. Prabhu speaks like that. So this is the situation of this age. Any comments? Any other question? Okay. Okay. Hare Krishna. Yeah, renouncement means renouncing the desire of sense gratification. That's how to actually renounce. Knowing the grace in age who have renounced the sannyasi, Danda, proclaim your glories. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you for your class, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
What's you mentioned how um, the Paramahamsa will put down the
Danda.
sannyas danda.
Yeah.
Could you explain a little bit about that? What the purpose of it is?
Paramahamsa means very highly stage. It's a very Param means very topmost, like Paramhamsa. We say Jaya Om Vishnuvat Paramhams Parikacharya, like an acharyas, the pure devotees of the Lord Param. Hansa means they're like swan, like Hansa. They compare to swan, like swan is taking separating water from milk. It just takes milk like that. Then there are other, so there are different skuticha sannyasi, different stages of sannyas life. Suppose some household, he takes vanaprastha, then he stays out of the village, and then he takes begs alms in that way. And little further he goes like kuticha, like then finally the four stages, and then is paramhamsa. He's totally brahma bhuta prasannatma. He is totally above from the bodily conception of life. He is totally transcendental to the modes of nature. He is very spiritually advanced. His body is spiritual, like a fire is fire. Put in rod and in the fire, it becomes spiritualized like that. He is very spiritually advanced, spiritually elevated. So, very much. Yeah. He has no connection with the opposite. This he is totally dedicated his life, means body, mind, words. He is totally surrendered 100%. Krishna conscious, he is Krishna conscious. He can deliver all, everyone to bring Krishna consciousness. He can preach very vigorously. He can make devotees. Hare Krishna, to Krishna conscious.
During the course of the lecture,
Uh,
you were putting emphasis on the degradation in modern society on a social level, on a marital level. And since this particular verse today was touching on, I guess the marital aspect, I mean, the question naturally arises, in that kind of marital situation, what would you say is the safeguard for the careful maintenance of that particular social arrangement?
Uh, yeah, in this verse we heard about Rukmini is addressing Lord Krishna. His marriage be done to equal, qualified. Then they will have a responsibility. They will take care of. Then there will be a nice society. There will be a nice generation like that. So he has to become Krishna conscious. That's the only thing. The man also has to be Krishna conscious. The woman has to be Krishna conscious. Then the family life will be go nicely. But it's very rare to find the whole family being Krishna conscious like that. It's very rare. Krishna conscious is very rare actually. Krishna conscious, it says Koti Karmi. Out of many karmis, one may be a Jnani. And after that, so many Jnanis, one may be a devotee of Krishna. Koti Karmi Jnani as a devotee. So devotee, to become a devotee, we are practicing Krishna consciousness. Devotee means a very high stage of life. We are doing sadhana bhakti actually. We are not very like it says like manas shiksha. It says like mind. We have to always think of Vrindavan in the mind, the beautiful form of Radha Shyam Sundar. We have to think of Guru. Always think of spiritual master. We have to think of the residents of Vrindavan. We have to always absorbed in Krishna's pastimes. Krishna, the residents of Raja. We have to serve them like that. Stay in Vrindavan like that. Our whole we have to be Vrindavan. Krishna consciousness. Staying. Yeah, so householder. It will nice. Householder both gets up early, and husband wife chants Hare Krishna Ma mantra and take to chanting of Hare Krishna mantra very seriously, and practice Krishna consciousness with determination, not to give up Krishna, because they have to have full faith in the holy name of Krishna. They should be that Krishna is only our protector, Krishna is only savior, Krishna is only our everything. Then only he has to have firm faith in Krishna. Hare Krishna. In association of devotees, only Krishna conscious can develop very nicely. So they have to associate with devotees and perform devotional service. That's the only best medicine. Hare, you know it, Mataji. Hare Krishna. You're doing that. So Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavat Puran ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.